The Evil Dead is the debut feature from director Sam Raimi. It stars Bruce Campbell, was released in 1981 and was produced on a budget of $350,000. This is a film that I've been meaning to get to for a very long time. Yes, this was a first time watch for me. I have seen the second film way back when, and the third one, but I've never seen the original until now. It follows this group of characters, these 5 college kids who go to this cabin in the woods in the middle of nowhere. They've got it cheap off someone, and yeah, they find this book of the dead and accidentally raise evil spirits, in which, yeah, all hell breaks loose. That's it. It's the kind of plot you can write on the back of a postage stamp, but what it's really all about is those visuals, is those effects, is those scenarios, the crazy situations. It's great. It's really good. The building of tension as well, just simple things that Raimi uses to build tension, like the knocking of the post on the wood, and then the way it stops when they open the door. And it's just, yeah, it's all just creativity run wild, quite frankly, and proof once again that budget doesn't necessarily equal greatness. And oftentimes when you've got your hands tied through a lack of budget, it is the mother of invention. There's so much here from a visual standpoint where you just think, how did they do that? Like, they have these tracking shots, the POV shots that are going over water, going over these swampland toward the house, and you're thinking, how did they do that on such a meager budget? The performances in this aren't spectacular, it must be said. Bruce Campbell is quite funny. I still wouldn't say his performance was great, but it's suitable for the material. You know, he's got that face for comedy, so to speak, and there are times in this that are very funny indeed. There are also some times that are really horrific. Now, there is a rape scene in this that is quite controversial. I know a lot of people are torn on it. I think it's one of the reasons the film was banned at one point. I can understand why. I don't really feel the need for it to be there. It is a bit over the top. It is maybe a bit too much for me. But then there are other scenes where, yeah, it's quite amusing because of the outlandish nature of what is going on. The makeup effects are really good. They are somewhat dated now. Like, you can see that, like, the face might be a mask on someone. You know, the neck's all fine and stuff, but the face is all done. But again, like, looking at that budget, looking at what they've got away with here, it's really incredible. The film does build a great sense of atmosphere. You know, they're out in the woods. They pump a lot of smoke in there, a lot of mist. We have these wide shots in which we see the moon kind of being, like, it goes red, and then we get like a mist that goes over it and blacks it out, and all that stuff just builds this really eerie atmosphere, which I am going to get to the second film, you know, after reviewing this one, but I remember that one being a lot more kinetic and just loud and fast and just everything all at once, whereas this one takes a bit more time to build the atmosphere and linger with it and stay with it, and I think it benefits from that, definitely. It's not a perfect film. There are problems with it, there are issues, but I think it's just because it's so off the wall, so kind of out there and so creative in the use of so little resources, you can kind of overlook those downsides. One of them being some of the character decisions, shall we say, like this one girl, one of the girls that's out there, she goes outside of the cabin to check out something or someone that might be out there, and you're like, really that is brave. That is brave and stupid in equal measure. Like, at least go and get the others, you know, say, look, I'm pretty sure someone's out there, we need to go and check it out. But no, she goes out there by herself, and I don't really see it as a commentary on her being a strong, independent woman. I would say it's pretty stupid. It's very stupid, actually, given what happens to her. I do like seeing what, you know, when she comes back after being attacked, I do like how the others interact with her, how they kind of think she's barking up the wrong tree, so to speak. But I do feel like they're not quite sympathetic enough either. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, there is things like that. Character decisions or things they do sometimes are a bit, would they really do things that way? But as I say, just because of how creative the film is from a visual standpoint, I think you kind of overlook it. And like, again, there is that comedy factor as well. This is a dark comedy a lot of the time. You know, some of the situations that arise out of it, it does have that Raimi flavour in which he does inject comedic moments into some of the darkest situations. So yeah, like I say, I can let certain things slide because of that. This is one of those odd occasions where we have a film here that, for me, it doesn't necessarily say a right lot. I don't think it's kind of, you know, plumbing for deep social commentary or anything like that. I don't think it has any bold statements about life. I think it is just a roller coaster ride. And I think, yeah, it's one that I'd be willing to go on again. Again, like I say, it's just entertaining. It is one of those films that is just, you watch for the sheer entertainment of it, because of how crazy it is, how creative it is, and how amusing it is at times. So I don't really have much more to say than that, to be honest. I'm sure many people would go a lot deeper, but for me, that's all I got from it. That's all I want from it, and I'm happy with that. I will give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the sequels now that I've seen this one. Let's get into it. But what about you? What do you think of Raimi's original Evil Dead film? Please do leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching this video, and until next time, crack it.